in Texas, we're fighting for our very existence, our relevance as an institution. So if you noticed, and I don't know where you live, but if you kept up with Texas at all,
Yeah.
they're pushing for statewide voucher system. We're operating off of the same money per child. $6,160 is in the basic allotment as we received in 2019 as 2023. So this many years, 18 to 19% inflation for teachers and everybody else. Everything is more expensive, and we have the same amount of money per kid. Now, there's some weighted allotments and stuff like that that differentiates that, but we always go by that basic allotment. And so I've had to create a budget that actually froze positions, increased teacher ratios, froze positions at central office in a district that's growing by 600 to 700 kids a year. And to have less staff this year with more kids when we were already pretty tight. And every district in the state's having to do the same thing. And so the question is, and if you listen to our leadership, is questioning that we're even the first choice in that. And my background is my parents didn't go to college. I'm first generation. My father was a police officer. He was killed in the line of duty when I was 9 years old.
Oh my gosh.
My mom raised me. My mom was a wonderful person. She was a school secretary. She had, like every parent, difficulties and challenges, but loved me and made me work and all that.
Yeah.
But would have not known how for me to go to college. Okay. Luckily, I got some good advice from an older sister, and I ended up going to school. But like a lot of people, without the financial or knowledge needs, that was a very circuitous route. It wasn't straight. And so when I look at kids, and I ended up going to TCU, as you probably saw in my stuff, private school, but that was all through scholarships and grants. I got Pell Grants. I got academic scholarships. I got some loans to pay for the rest of it. And I'm just so thankful. But the core of that, and where people talk about education being the great equalizer, I experienced that as the great equalizer. I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I wouldn't have a professional job if I had not had educators that invested in me, and a system that invested in me. And then on top of that, opportunities through grants and scholarships to be able to bridge between where we were economically, a single mom that's a school secretary with 3 children, okay, to be able to go to school. Unlike my kids who are not having to really worry about that, but that was all made possible because what was invested in me. And so I'm really super thankful about that. And it also makes me look through that lens as I look at kids in my own school district, is how can we provide that and afford that same opportunity for kids, and not lose sight that we are the choice for the vast majority of kids, and not investing in that is not investing in the future. And what I've described, and I know it's probably not for this, but if you ever want to talk about this at another time, we can. I've written an essay I can send you, and it talks about the voucher programs as essentially as a lifeboat mentality. And I use this analogy of the Titanic. My daughter and I went to see it when it came out this summer again, whatever year anniversary it was.
Yeah.
We went and watched it. And anyway, in the middle of it, I'm a teacher. So in the middle of it, I'm like, well, this is going to ruin it, because all of a sudden I started seeing these analogies. I couldn't even enjoy the movie because I was seeing these analogies I could use. And one of the analogies is that the Titanic is a great descriptor of how we're seeing our educational system. It's hitting an iceberg, but people that are leading are okay because the right people will get to the lifeboats.
Right.
They're not really worried about the rest of them, because the rest of them are the people that will not be able to choose, because choice is based upon parent ability to be involved, not just love, not just interest, but the ability. And my mom would be a perfect example. Parents who work 2 to 3 jobs, perfect examples. They can't go choose something else. They don't have the means to do so. They may not have the knowledge to do so. So we have to be good. We are what is necessary for our country to move forward, versus somebody who gets in a lifeboat and goes to something else. And by the way, I'm not negative about any of them. Somebody wants to go to private school, great. They want to homeschool, great. They want to go to whatever option they feel like is best for their family. I respect that. It's not my place to tell them what is best for their child. But what I have to do is protect what's best for most children, and that's the public education system.